Good morning, kids. This is Grandma Freeman, and today I'm doing some meal planning for the week, and so I want to talk about that. It's important to me because I've been gradually stocking up for the winter, and I've been cutting back on my budget. I budgeted $200 for groceries this month of January. And so it's important for me to use up what I have. And I did go grocery shopping on Friday, and I was lucky enough to find a little over a pound and a half of very lean stew meat. So I'm working that into this weekly meal plan. Today we're having turkey, which was left over from Christmas. It was put in a freezer bag and froze. So I thawed that out overnight, and so I'm planning to have slices of turkey breast, mashed potatoes with gravy, zucchini with tomato, and green beans. Now the zucchini with tomatoes was left over from last evening's dinner, and I think I have green beans in the freezer, frozen, and mashed potatoes will be fresh. And then for Monday, I'm planning to have split pea soup. I was able to get some split peas and some little red beans. Stocked up on those. They're 1 pound packages, but I'm only going to use half a package of the split peas for dinner tonight, or tomorrow, I'm sorry, for Monday. And then I'm going to, for New Year's, I bought a ham. It was not sliced, and I cooked that slowly in the oven on New Year's Day, and we had that. But I had a lot of leftovers, and that's how I'm getting by this month, with leftovers that I had cooked, fully cooked, and then portioned out into freezer bags. And so that's the bulk. And plus, I was able to buy the beef stew and get it was marked down from $16 to $10 for over a pound and a half. So that's going to be 2 meals actually, and they're going to be stretched out over several days. Anyway, I'm having the split pea soup with ham bits, and they're going to be I'm going to broil the ham bone that has some meat left on it, and that's going to be rendered off of the bone and put into the split pea soup. And I also made some a big batch of buttermilk biscuit dough, and I cooked about 7 of those yesterday. So I still have some left, and this recipe is a yeast recipe, and I can store it in my refrigerator up to 6 weeks. Of course, I'll use it up probably this month. So I will make some more buttermilk biscuits. And then on Tuesday, I'm planning to have an easy dinner, a cup of soup and a ham sandwich. And I will thaw out another package of ham for the sandwiches. And that ham is going to also be used for breakfast during this week. And the soup will help me through lunches. So I can have ham sandwiches and soup for lunch, or just a bowl of soup with biscuits, buttermilk biscuits. And then on Wednesday, I plan to stew the beef and then portion that out for 2 separate meal plans. And so I'm going to have a beef stew with buttermilk biscuits on Wednesday, and then leftovers on Thursday. And Friday, I will have either leftovers or a tuna sandwich with coleslaw. And then on Saturday, I'm planning a vegetarian meal, which probably will consist of a baked potato and maybe broccoli, cooked broccoli over that, and another vegetable, and maybe some biscuits. And I can take those biscuits, that biscuit dough, and I can make them into the size of English muffins. They're not English muffins, but into that same size. And then turn them into, split them in half, and that would be good for a sandwich. And they're very delicious. And this way, I am really stretching out. I'm using pantry food along with freezer food and uh, fresh vegetables and milk and dairy from the refrigerator, eggs. And so this is how I am really stretching my budget. It's good old fashioned cooking. Uh, the stew, I'll probably use my mother's recipe, which is also in the Freeman Family Cookbook. And when I get 500 subscribers, I'm getting close, I will be able to monetize, and then I'm going to set up an account, probably PayPal, and I'm going to try to sell my cookbook online. So that might be not right away because I'm kind of slow and I don't have a lot of time to do all these things because well, anyhow, I just wanted to get back with you, and I want to improve my cooking skills. That's one of my um, goals for 2016. And goals have to be reachable, they have to be, in other words, you have to definitely be able to reach your goals. My first goal for the month is to take better care of myself. And I weighed myself this morning and I came in at 154 pounds. Now, my goal for last summer when I was on the Mayo Clinic diet was 150. So I'm only 4 pounds away. And I did get down the last week or the week before to 153. But weight fluctuates, and you have to give yourself some leeway. And that's weighing in first thing in the morning before breakfast. And of course, it goes up during the day. And then there's times like tonight or tomorrow, it'll probably go up because of the mashed potatoes. And I'm going to use some bone broth gravy, turkey gravy. And so that'll be a nice meal. And for lunch, I may have biscuits with turkey and gravy on it. So that'll be more sustainable, a larger meal at lunchtime, and then the soup for dinner. So I'm trying to stay, to eat well and stay within my budget. This month, I do think that I will go over my food budget, probably to $250, because this coming Friday, the 23rd, I plan to do a larger shop. I was doing a $50, approximately $50 shop. Last Friday, I spent $57. I miscalculated somehow, and I did pick up some tea that cost. I bought some chamomile tea, and I bought some uh, caffeine-free green tea, and so they were both at reasonable prices, and that stocked me up on tea. And I also stocked up on milk, and I did buy an extra package of there's 3 packages in a box, and so I bought 2 boxes, which will give me 6 quarts of milk. It's a little bit less than buying, and this is non-fat, of course, non-fat dry milk. that I mix with water to make a quart. And this is a little bit less expensive. I did try to think about that than a carton of non-fat milk, which would be at a regular price at $1.89. I think that's what it's priced at right now, unless I can find it marked down. So 3 packets comes in at $3.89, something like that. I'm going to do a price list of this month to kind of see what I'm buying and what the cost is. So I'll talk about that another time. Some people really think that price list is very important to see what your food is costing you, and that way I can see how fast it's going up, if it goes up. And well, anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this, and it's very important to stay within a budget. Actually, I allowed myself $50 for eating out, just in case, So I'll probably take that $50 and add to my $200, and that'll balance out that way, so that I'm not really, so I don't go over my budget. My budget is based on my income, and I do a total income budget every month, and that will be another video later on when I'm working on my budget, and I'll talk about how I do that. But I try to stay under budget, and if I go over it, that's because something comes up. And I budget for everything, including car repairs. And and that includes insurance, car insurance, home insurance, all those things. I even include my health insurance, which is taken out of my Social Security income. And so when I write down my income, I write down my gross income, not my take-home pay. So we'll get into that in another video. At this time, I just wanted to concentrate mainly on my food plan, my meal plan for this week, January 18th through the 24th. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Have a wonderful day. Bye now.